Very pleased to be joined by Toia, newly back to UCLA after entering the transfer portal last Wednesday night, back this week. Just give us an insight into how the last week has been for you and just kind of what you've been going through mentally and trying to figure everything out.
Yeah, the last week was crazy, from coaches, trying to recruit you. It was a lot of coaches. My phone was blowing up. So yeah, it got a little hectic, but I think I was good through it all. Like I had my family support, my friends support, all my teammates here at UCLA supported me through all of it. So yeah, I think I was good mentally.
That's great. And so when you made the decision to enter on Wednesday, and you tweeted out, kind of, wanting to look around, see what's out there. What was that process like? And did you take any visits? Did you take a look at any other schools? What kind of did you do in that time?
Yeah, so essentially it was a family decision. My family and I made a decision to see if the options out there presented something like more than what I had here. And so yeah, I took an official visit to Texas that this past weekend. And yeah, and I was in contact with Florida State and Oklahoma, a few other schools. But yeah.
And then you made the very quick decision to return to UCLA after that visit, after that interest. What does
Mhm.
that say? And who was talking to you throughout that process from UCLA? Was Coach Foster in touch? Who was kind of keeping tabs on you during that process?
Man, I think overall it was everybody, from coaches to players. Um, Especially Coach Foster and Coach Malloy. Coach Norwood reached out. A lot of my teammates reached out. Uh, Man, yeah, it just felt good, to have that feeling like to be wanted, and like I mean, obviously, like, of course, other schools would text me too, but yeah, it was crazy. I'm glad I had their support and everyone's support, even when I came back. So yeah.
Did that play a big factor in why you ultimately decided to come back? That you had all that love coming from so many people at UCLA?
Yeah, for sure. Even when I was at Texas, I heard so much about Friday Night Lights, and just seeing it on my feed, on my timeline, on social media and stuff, and it just felt like I missed one hell of a night.
Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine. So then you make the decision to come back. So what were the factors? Like when you were listing them out, like what were the main factors that made you say, you know what, I want to finish my college career as a Bruin?
Honestly, I think it was the culture and the development here at UCLA, um, especially with Coach Malloy. I've been with Coach Malloy since I want to say sophomore season,
Hmm.
and Coach Malloy is a great coach. I think he's an even better person. I know a lot of people say that, but Coach Malloy just does. He when he was our D line coach, even now when he's DC, he took the defense out bowling. When he was the D line coach, we would go over to his house like once a month or so, and we break bread and just chop it up. Just Coach Malloy like loves the players, absolutely loves the players, and he doesn't just say, like, it shows from his passion in the meeting rooms and to his passion on the field, and yeah, Coach Foster as well. I've known Coach Foster since I first came in. Me and him have talked here and there, but when he first became the head coach, you could just feel the energy change in the building. So yeah.
And so when you made the decision, who'd you tell? Like what was that? Was it a phone conversation? Did you meet in person? And who'd you talk to and tell them that you were coming back?
First, I called my parents. I was on FaceTime with both my parents, and I was telling them that I think I made a decision to stay, and I thought my parents would like try to oh, we could just keep looking. Are you sure? But man, they're fully supportive of my decision, and man, I really appreciated that. And yeah, and then right after that, I called Coach Malloy. I told him I'm coming back. Man, he was fired up, so I appreciated that. Just knowing that they're excited to have me back, and just welcomed me back with open arms, which made me feel great. And yeah, like even Coach Foster, like the way that he has this city supporting us again, and it's just super exciting.
Awesome. So, I mean, and you will get to participate in one fun thing. I mean, the spring game this Saturday is supposed to be a pretty
Sure.
good party as well.
Yes, sir.
Not quite Friday Night Lights, but now that you're kind of back in the fold, now that you're getting, eyes forward to the season again, what are your personal goals for this year? What are your goals for this off season? Then what are your goals for 2024?
Personally, just on the stats side of things, for sure producing more. I'm sure you know about our defense last year, having Latu and the Twins, and yeah, just having them really help me out personally from a position standpoint of what I play. Where having those types of guys on the edge really like maximizes me and like having one-on-ones and things like that. So I think this year personally, I want to win a championship. I want to win a Big Ten championship. I don't want to just be an average team, like just barely making it to a bowl game. You know, and that just goes back to what Coach Foster has been preaching, which is discipline, respect, and enthusiasm. And to me, I just take that personally because he just wants us to have fun, but in order to have fun, we win. We have to win. Like winning is fun. Like we won't be having fun if we lose. So yeah, I just want to win personally.
Seeing you every year, you've made big strides both on the field and physically, it seems, every single year. This spring, I mean, looking at you, you look like you're an NFL lineman playing college ball right now. What kind of shape are you in, and how's your body feeling physically heading into this year?
I think I'm in the best shape I've ever been in. I know the same was said last spring too, but I just feel like I keep progressing,
Yeah,
and that's just like all thanks to our strength and conditioning staff with Coach KB, to Coach Miller who's new. He just came in and uh, yeah, just keeping me in shape. I just feel like I'm in the best shape of my life right now.
very good. And then I mean, your UCLA career, obviously, it started in that odd way where you came over from USC, but has this been everything you've wanted it to be, this experience of being at UCLA, representing, LA and doing that whole thing?
Yeah, for sure. I'm a LA kid. I've never wanted to leave LA. Which is it's just hard for me to be outside. Like this is just home for me. So yeah.
And then obviously you've got a new position coach this year, Tony Washington coming in, handling the whole DL, but you've obviously still got Coach Malloy as your DC. How's the relationship been with Coach Washington so far? And how much influence still does Coach Malloy like? He told us that he couldn't resist still coming over to the D line and coaching you guys up. But
Yeah.
how's that kind of mix been for you with the coaching staff?
Man, I think it's been great. I think it's like, yeah, it's just been great. Coach T Dub, him coming in was a great addition to our staff. But not only to the staff, but to us. He's been teaching us a lot of great things. And I think it helps that him and Coach Malloy kind of teach the same. So it's not a whole like a lot of new stuff. It's pretty much like last year, just same verbiage, the same technique. It's just really easy to understand. He's a great coach. He's a great guy too. We're all getting along well. And Coach Ram too, Coach Golfin Ramsey. He was with me my freshman year, and then he was with the Green Bay Packers the last 2 years, and now he's back. Excited to have him back, and just all the knowledge that he has from being in the league the past 2 years. So yeah, just really appreciate him.
And then I wanted to ask you about a couple of guys on the D line with you. Keanu Williams came in last year and then ended up starting a bunch of games alongside you. Wanted to hear what you think of his progress. And then also, you've got a newcomer in the defensive tackle group coming over from the offense, Siali Tapaki. What have you seen out of him, and have you taken him under your wing a little bit to help him out?
Yeah, I think everybody in the D line is doing a tremendous job. Uh, obviously Keanu. I've been with Keanu since this last year, man, and he's been great. Same goes with Gary Smith, and it just helps standing next to someone, playing next to someone you can trust. who's going to be solid in there. And yeah, Keanu's been great. I think he's progressing really well. He did a great job last year, and I think we're going to continue to build on that. And also, Ciale, uh, I don't know if I'm taking him under my wing or he's I don't know. It's just I'm not used to it because since he's always been the older guy to me and he's always taken me under his wing. I know he's an old lineman, but we got that poly connection, the Tongan. We're both Tongans. He's
Right.
also my roommate, and yeah, it's just weird for me because I've always viewed it as me being under his wing, and now like having to teach him a few things here and there. But man, his he's progressing so fast. It's crazy. Me and Coach Ram was just talking about it the other day, just watching him in practice, and he's just like he's picking things up really fast. He's moving well. I think he's in the best shape of his life as well. And he came in initially as a defensive lineman himself, so this isn't new to him. It's just a matter of remembering it and getting back to it. But yeah, he's been doing great.
Awesome. And then wanted to talk to you a little bit about Men of Westwood. How critical has Men of Westwood been throughout, especially the last couple of years of your UCLA experience, but just generally to UCLA getting to where it needs to be in football?
Yeah, for sure. Men of Westwood is, I think I wouldn't say it's one of the most important things about UCLA football, just due to the fact, helping keep players here, especially with this new era of NIL. So big thanks to them for everything that they do, and yeah, they're a big part of us. They help keep players here. They help bring new players in, and especially in this era of NIL, it helps tremendously.
And then I wanted to ask you about the American Family Institute, which your family participates in. Can you tell us a little bit about that and then how important that is to you?
Yeah, so the American Football Institute, it's really important to me because I was a part of it as well. So my uncle Chris Mamalanga is running it, and he's helping international and local kids, come find a school, and just promoting them and hopefully get them out to the collegiate level. But they've been a big help to me personally, because I'm from Inglewood, I'm from the LA area, and but I went to Grace Brethren, which is in Simi Valley, and yeah, that's Inglewood's a rough area, and he just wanted to help get us out of that situation, and he does work with a lot of schools, Calabasas, Westlake, Summit to Aquinas, a lot of people has gone through it. Even right now, with my siblings, there's players from the American Institute, and yeah, they've just been great.
Awesome. And then just, I mean, when you're looking at your future and you're thinking about the NFL, and this is maybe just a larger question, did you think about going this year? And how much of coming back to UCLA was to kind of put yourself in the best foot forward to make the NFL?
Um, yeah, the thought was for sure in the back of my head, but I knew that I had more to prove. Especially after seeing Latu and the Twins and their performance that they had last year. It just motivated me to be like them and to play like them. How can I get to their level? And yeah, ultimately I decided to come back. I just feel like I need to have a better year to put like you said, put myself in a better position to get drafted. And so yeah, I decided to come back. So yeah.
Awesome. Jay Toia, thank you so much for your time and best of luck this season, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you, David.